Hi class, how are you? I hope you are all doing well and staying healthy at home. Okay, so today in science we are going to talk about day and night, and we're going to identify the things that happen at day and night. So for just a minute here, I want you to look out your window. Some of you might be watching this lesson at night. Some of you may be watching it at day. That's okay. It's daytime for me right now. So I'm going to look out my window to see what I see happening during the day. Why don't you take a minute to look out your window? Okay, so one thing that I see right now is I see this little squirrel just crawling across my back fence in my backyard. That's pretty cute. What else? Well, another thing I see happening is that the sun is out and it's shining bright this morning. So you think about and look out your window and see what you are noticing. Like I said, for some of you it might be nighttime, and that's okay because we're talking about day and night. And we're going to be reading this book here by the National Geographic Kids called Day and Night. But before we start that, let's go ahead and read our job together. I will identify things that happen during the day and at night. So as we are reading this book, we're going to be thinking about some of these things, some of the things that I see at day and nighttime, maybe, maybe not. Let's go ahead and flip over to Epic. Again, this book is National Geographic Readers, Day and Night by Shira Evans. Let me ask you a question. We've been talking about informational text in reading this week. Do you think this is an example of an informational text? If we think about what an informational text is, we know that an informational text tells us about facts. It has to do with real things, people, or places. And it has a topic, what the book is mostly about. So if we take a look at the cover of this book, what do you think this text is going to be mostly about? If you're saying it's going to be mostly about day and night, you would be correct. And what we find inside would be all the details that tells more about the topic. So this is an example of an informational text. You're right. All right, let's go ahead and flip the page. Oh, look here. We have a table of contents. This is also a clue to let us know that this is an informational text. We see this in nonfiction books. What is a table of contents used for? I know that we have talked about this in class. You've even created your own table of contents in your writing at school. We notice here that there's a list by chapters with a title for each chapter. Remember creating your chapter books and creating a title for your books? Yeah, I remember that. And there's this number that's right after each one of these. And we said this is the page number. So if I wanted to read about animals in the night, what page would I go to? Let's see. Animals in the night. I would go straight to page 30. I wouldn't have to flip through my entire book. I could just go straight to page 130. So the table of contents tells us what we're going to read about in the text, and it's also used so that we can get right to that page if we want to skip over other pages. So let's get started. This is a long text, so I'm only going to go through two or three chapters, and then we'll pick up where we left off the next time. Okay. Chapter 1, The Changing Sky. It's early morning and the sky is changing. It's dawn and the colors in the sky turn from black to purple and red. Now the sky turns from red to orange. It's still dawn. Soon the sky will turn blue. So dawn is right before the sun fully rises and begins our day. Isn't the sky, those colors on the sky, pretty? As the sun rises higher, it lights up the land. The water and trees start to become brighter and clearer. Daytime is coming. It's daytime now. The sun is high in the sky. The sky is blue and the clouds are white. Now it's late afternoon, and the sun has moved across the sky. It makes long shadows on the land. Day is beginning to turn to dusk. It's dusk. The sun is setting. The sky changes colors again. Soon it will be night. The sun has set. Darkness falls across the land. The sun is rising on the other side of the world. There, it is daytime, but here it is nighttime. At nighttime, the sky is full of stars. The sun is gone, and the moon shines bright. Do you remember where the moon gets its light from? Think about it. We talked about it in science last week. All right, it's your turn. It says here, tell what time of day each photo shows. Use the sun as a hint. All right, so we have these different times of day. We have dawn, daytime, dusk, and nighttime. We said that dawn was right before the sun shines up at the sky, right? We said dusk is right towards the end of nighttime, right when the sun is setting. Okay, let's look at picture number 1. Would you say that's dawn, dusk, daytime, or nighttime? You're right, it's daytime. Let's move over to picture number 2 up here. Take a look at the sun. It says here, use the sun as a hint. So here, let's go back to daytime. The sun is right up on top of us, so that would be daytime. Now the sun is no longer right above us. It looks like it's going to start to set. So what would that be? Do you remember what that's called? Dusk. Dusk, it's right before nighttime. And then look at picture 3. Picture 3, the sun is over on this side, and it's right before the sun is starting to rise. It's not quite up here like daytime, but it's starting to rise. Do you remember what that's called? You're right, that's dawn. And then of course we look at this one, we know this is nighttime. Very good, guys. All right, this is chapter 2, Animals in the Day. Above the ocean, the sun rises. Soon it's high enough in the sky to brighten the water, and school of fish start to become active. So school of fish, school is not like where we go to learn. A school of fish is a big group of fish all together. That's what we call a big group of fish, a school of fish. As the sun rises, it fills the water with more light. It's now dawn. The fish look for food. It's noon and the sun shines brightly overhead. A group of monkeys swings through the trees. The monkeys have been awake since sunrise and have a lot of energy to play. Do you have a lot of energy to play at noon? I know when we go out to recess, it's about 12. What time is it when we go? It's about 12:25. You guys have lots of energy to play. Some of you swing around on the monkey bars at school, don't we? Lots of fun. The sun shines on the monkeys. It makes them warm. The monkeys have played for hours. Now they will take a nap. Look at them. They're so tired. They're ready for a nap. It's late afternoon on the savannah, and the sun starts to drop. Remember what that's called? Dusk. An ostrich looks out across the land. The sun drops lower in the sky. The sky turns orange and red. The ostrich must eat before the sky gets too dark. The sun sinks lower in the sky. It's dusk. A flock of starlings come together, forming a black cloud in the sky. These right here, all these birds are called starlings. The birds are safe in the flock. They keep each other warm. They sing until the sun sinks out of sight. All right, your turn. Let's play a game with a friend or if mom or dad or someone there close to you. Tell what time of the day each photo shows. And it says, then have your friend, mom or dad, tell what each animal does during the day. So we have a picture here of the ostrich. What does the ostrich do? So this looks like it's right before nighttime, dusk time, and he has to find what before it gets too dark? Yes, he has to find food. Now let's look at picture 2. Remember, we talked about a school of fish. What are they doing? It's right at dawn. The fish are looking for what? They're looking for food. That's correct. Number 3. Look at picture number 3. Remember, those were a flock of starlings. It looks like the sun is about to set. The birds are, what are they doing? They sing, don't they? Very good. They come together and they stay warm, close together, and they're singing. Now, number 4. Look at him. It's in the afternoon, and they're so active and they have so much energy and playing, but now he's ready for a nap, isn't he? Very good. We are going to stop here, and we're going to finish the rest of the book the rest of the week. Let's go back to what I would like for you to do. I want you to start a page like this. So you'll just open up to an empty page, put your date up at the top. You'll write day up at the top, night at the top, and then draw a line just straight down. I want you to add to this chart in your journal. What's something that we read about today that happened during the day? So I could, right here, I'm just going to write one thing that I remember. And if we forget, that's okay to go back to the book in Epic and go back and review chapter 1 and chapter 2. Don't go past those 2 because we haven't read the rest. So you only, if you need to go back to remind yourself, go to chapter 1 and 2. But please don't go past that because I want to read this book with us all together. Okay. So I remember that during the day, one thing that sticks to me is those monkeys. The monkeys have lots of energy to play, don't they? So I'm just going to type right here, monkeys are full of energy and are ready to play. So here's one thing that I found. Okay, and then you'll think about something at night. And if I think about something at night, I got to keep thinking about that one. What did I find in the book that happens right at night? I remember that right before nighttime at dusk, the ostrich has to find food. So nighttime, right at dusk, the ostrich looks for food before it gets dark. All right, so list at least one thing for day and another thing for night. Then next time we'll go to chapters 3 and 4, and then the next time we'll come back to this page and we'll add some more things that we learned from the book. I hope you enjoyed this book. Again, it is assigned to you in Epic, but please don't go beyond chapters 1 and 2. And we'll meet again with our science lesson next time. Have a great day, guys.